Cloudy and 3 at the Whitehorse Airport. Good morning, I'm Cassandra Jodoin with Rush News to 6 o'clock. Raven Recycling in Whitehorse says they will no longer accept non-refundable material. The society says, as of October 15th, they won't be taking items such as mixed paper, cardboard, tin, glass, plastics, styrofoam, and milk cartons. President Jacqueline Bedard says it costs $330 per ton to process the material, and the government and city fund less than half of that.
Today we're in a situation where, although we want to continue to provide more and better recycling services to the public, we cannot do so unless governments create a solid funding framework in which we can do our job.
Executive Director Joyce Snyder is encouraging customers to either use P&M Recycling, the Blue Bin Society, or recycling facilities at the landfill. Snyder says the system is broken and the changes to the recycling regime are long overdue. The City of Whitehorse wants you to get involved in the development of the 2015 budget. The city will be holding a budget open house tomorrow evening from 5 to 7 at City Hall. Mayor Dan Curtis says they're also launching Citizen Budget, a new budget tool that lets the public see how much it costs to do or change things.
Great instrument, a great tool, and a great learning mechanism for people to come and see a small change or a magnitude of small changes actually have a large net effect on all the citizens.
Curtis says it's important for people to come and give their thoughts on the budget because it's their money. Environment Canada says it's a challenge to forecast what the weather will be like in Yukon. Meteorologist Andre Besson says there's a lot that goes into coming up with the forecast, especially for Yukon, which has a challenging climate.
We look at weather observations that we have over the ground here, satellite imagery, and we also look at numerical guidance in order to come up with a forecast.
It seems Yukon has had a wet summer, but Besson says when averaged out, the Yukon has had about the same amount of precipitation as previous years, with July and September above average, but leveled out by a drier August. Besson, who was in Yukon last week checking out various weather stations and meeting with community partners, says for winter, he's not seeing anything abnormal in the forecast so far. In sports, Jamal Charles returned from an injury to score 3 touchdowns, and the Kansas City Chiefs beat New England 41-14 on Monday Night Football. Tom Brady was picked off twice as Bill Belichick earned one of his worst losses as coach of the Patriots. Charles, who missed last week's win in Miami with a sprained ankle, ran for 92 yards and a score. He also caught 2 short TD passes from Alex Smith. And the Oakland Raiders have fired coach Dennis Allen 4 games into his 3rd season. The decision was announced last night, soon after the Raiders returned from London, England, where they lost their 10th straight game dating to last season. Allen was the first head coach hired by Oakland after the death of longtime owner Al Davis. His 8-28 record is the worst for the franchise since before Davis arrived in 1963.